going on, guys? ChaseWins.com, Saturday, February the 20th, 2021. And boy, do we have a cool video for you guys today. A lot of announcements. Going to try to get into it because we have a very big recap to go over. Not only was it an absolutely huge card that we released on Friday, that may have been the biggest Friday card that we've released in the history of the company. Usually Fridays don't have as many games going on, and this goes for pretty much any time of the year, any sport other than Major League Baseball. Fridays is a big day for Major League Baseball, but then usually in most years that's the only sport you have going on. So usually Fridays are not the biggest of days as far as the amount of plays that we give out, but this Friday was an exception to that rule. So we have a very big recap to go over there. Going to tell you what we've got going on, get you a free play, and then tell you about one big thing that we have to talk about. So, but first and foremost, if you are not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. That way you can become a part of the family and start cashing in on the free winners that we give out every single day. Guys, there is no other service on the internet that not only does what we do, but gives out the amount of free winners. We give out a free play video every day, and there is no one that wins at the rate that we do on the free plays. You don't believe me? Feel free to go back through the hundreds and hundreds of videos that we put out. Everything stays online forever. It's all archived, and you can easily go back. Everything is there for you to see with your own two eyes if you don't believe me. Thank you. And you know what? I've started to get a lot of emails and Twitter DMs, people thanking me not only for what we provide through our paying, through our paid clients, but just people that, have found us in the last 6 months and, reached out saying, hey, I've been following you for 6 months and your free plays. And, I can't thank you enough for the money that you've made me throughout the pandemic and, while I've been out of work, so on and so forth. So thank you guys for all that. It does mean a lot. But hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss out on any of the content because we do not have certain times that we put these videos out. They come at random times and you don't want to miss out on them. And then also, as I always say in every video, smash the like button, guys. You will never know how much we appreciate it. The more likes that we get, the more YouTube pushes this video so people that don't know of us and don't already follow us get the same opportunity that you get to make extra money for doing absolutely nothing but watching these videos. Now, as we announced yesterday, the channel memberships are here. The very first members only video is up. And what we did in that video is give out a slew of free plays. Now, what I did is because Saturday is not only going to be a big day as far as plays go, there has already been about 6 plays already locked in, and I'm not even halfway through with the card. So what we have done is games that meet the premium criteria. There are some that we left off the premium card, and that is because there are a lot of them, and which is a great thing. So what we have done is the plays that have been closer to that top play criteria, those are the ones that are going to be for the paid clients. And then what we did is the ones that just met the premium, that just barely made the premium cut. They were just high enough to do it. Games that we've already invested in. Those are the ones that we put out in this video, this members only video. So you are going to get, I'm not going to tell you the exact amount, 3, 4, maybe even 5. There are plenty of free plays in that video alone. And that's the very first members only video that we did. So if you are not a member, make sure you click the channel membership button. You'll get to see the memberships, what all they include, and you can be a part of that. And then when you're done, go over to ChaseWins.com, sign up for a package this weekend. Take us for a test drive. Let us make you a ton of money. And with that money, you can reinvest into a long-term package, and we can keep this thing going as long as you want to. Now, the big announcement. We have been talking about it all week, about the possibility of it, and it is here. I have been in constant contact with Jerry all week long about this, and now he's in Vegas. To the clients that went and met up with him for lunch today, I know they had a great time. They were with him all day at the sports book, making a ton of money today. I know there's going to be people meeting up with him tomorrow, so if you are in Vegas, reach out to Jerry, and he will tell you where he's going to be. I know he's going to be at Circa at Stadium Swim most of the day with those guys, because we're going to be doing some things with that amazing sports book during March Madness, and he'll meet up with you. He'll give you a free play. You guys can hang out and make money together. So he has a game of the month in soccer. Now, it's been over a month since his last one, and we cashed in with ease. The last 4 weekends straight, he has had a game of the week, and we've cashed in every single one of them. I mean, easy games. And these are games that have made our clients a shit ton of money. Excuse the language, but they have absolutely fucking destroyed the books. And we've already told you, games of the week, it takes a lot for a game to meet that criteria. A game of the month is that much more difficult. That's why they're that much more rare for us to have something like that. Well, we have one. Everybody knows that a game of the week, we put a guarantee on it, just like we do with anything. Anything you buy from us has a profit guarantee. If a game of the week were to lose, you get 3 days of all plays in all sports absolutely free. Well, on a game of the month, you get a 7-day guarantee. So it's $100 for the game of the month. And God forbid if this game were to lose, you get 7 days, all plays, all sports, all premium and daily top plays in all sports. 7 full days, 100% free, no questions asked. This game is not until Sunday morning, so you have plenty of time to buy it. Don't wait till the last minute. You don't want the line to move. You want to get the best odds possible. The game is already posted. All of our all-access clients already have access to it. Most of them have already looked at it and bet the game. So if you go to the website, you'll see the link on the purchase page that says Soccer Game of the Month. The second you make your purchase, boom, you can log in. You have instant access to the play. You don't have to wait for someone to text it to you or email it to you. You make your purchase, you log in, and it's right there. The game is already posted. We are going to leave this link up until 9 a.m. Sunday morning. At 9 a.m., the purchase link comes down, and you will not be able to take advantage of the play. So you got plenty of time now. The sooner the better. That way you can cash in on the best line possible. The game goes Sunday morning. Now, if you are an all-access member, you know that you already get the play. The play is up for you. If you would rather get on something where you can get that play and everything else we have this weekend, sign up for an all-access membership. It starts with a 30-day all-access. It's $499. That gives you every premium play, every daily top play, every game of the week, game of the month, game of the year, NASCAR, soccer. It gets you everything. There's not a single thing that will be posted on chasewins.com that you don't have access to as an all-access member. You can test drive the all-access package for $499, and you will get the game of the month included. Now, our most popular package is the 1-year all-access pass. It's $4,000, but it gets you everything that we have, and I mean everything, for 1 full year. It's over $19,000 is what you would pay to get everything you would get if you purchased it separately. You can get for $4,000. So make sure before you buy that, if you want to give it a test drive, if you've never gotten it before, test drive it for 30 days. I can promise you, we'll make you enough profit where you'll be buying your year all access just off of house money, what we've made you. So test drive it, you'll get the play for free. You won't have to spend the extra $100. If you don't want to spend that much, you can jump on a weekend pass for $50. That'll get you 3 days of every premium and daily top play. NASCAR is not included in that, but you can do that, and then you can get the game of the month. You can add that to your package for $99. So I think that's it. If you've got any other questions, shoot us an email, chase@chasewins.com. Reach out to us on Twitter. Again, we get hundreds of emails a day, so if you do reach out to us, just be a little patient with us. We get back to them in the order that they come in. But let's do a recap of what we did for Friday. Like I said, I want the video to be as short as possible, but we have a bunch of stuff to go over. So give me 1 second. Now, it started off the afternoon with Jerry releasing a couple of afternoon games in soccer. And as I told you on the video for Friday, that we had one game from Thursday get postponed and pushed back until Friday. So we had that game posted as well. Started out with 2 plays, one Germany soccer play, one in Italy, in the Italy Serie A. That game over 2.5 goals. And again, I don't know what Jerry, he is the soccer guru. Let's just say he went 2-0 in the 12:30 and the 2:30 Eastern Time game. And then at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, we had Davidson laying 14. That one was a game that they won by 50. So an easy win there. So we kick the day off with an easy 3-0 sweep of the board. Then we get into the evening games. Jerry released one more soccer play in his favorite league, Liga MX, the Mexican Premier League. Monterrey minus a half goal. And if I'm not mistaken, I think he won that play also. You'll have to double check me on that one. I haven't logged back into our book and seen that, but he's betting a lot of this stuff in person today in Vegas. So he released that at 8:30 p.m. And then my nighttime card, Dayton St. Louis over 135. That was the only NCAA play that we dropped today. They got close, but the first half by St. Louis was just really, I mean, it was shit. They were not scoring points. They were taking awful shots. So it was close. We only missed it by a few points. Had a great second half. I mean, really good second half. But just weren't able to capitalize on that play. We had UAB laying 6 over Old Dominion, a nice easy win there. UMKC minus 9.5, which was the free play. Easy win there. South Dakota State plus 2 points. They were an outright winner against North Dakota State, their rival. Then we had UNLV minus 15 over San Jose State, an easy win there. Boise State, money line, minus $1.20, another easy winner. So crushed, I mean absolutely crushed NCAA basketball. Then we get into the NBA, had 3 plays. We only lost one of those. We had Golden State minus 4. They ended up getting beat by the Orlando Magic, who actually played a really good game. Golden State didn't take near the shots they usually do. They came back in the fourth where they always go on those late rallies, and it just never came. It was almost like they were, I don't know if they were just, I don't know how to describe it. I just don't think their head was in the game. Either way, we lost it, so it is what it is. Then we had the Toronto Raptors minus 3 over the Minnesota Timberwolves, a nice win there. Then we took the LA Clippers plus 6 over the Utah Jazz, another easy win. With 17 seconds to go, LA was actually up 3, so obviously an easy win there with another underdog play. And then we released one game in the NHL. We took the Florida Panthers in regulation minus 125 over the Detroit Red Wings. And if anybody watched that game, I mean, they absolutely obliterated Detroit. So guys, 2-1 in the NBA, 1-0 in the NHL, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-1 in NCAA. Guys, what other service is going to give you that on a Friday? Nobody. That's why you need to go to chasewins.com and get on a package now. Stop sitting on the sideline. Stop letting these wannabe services that do not know what they're doing play with your money. If you can't have a service that will break down a game like I do and give you the reasons why, and then you watch a game and actually see what they're talking about come to fruition, they don't know what they're doing. Simple as that. Stop letting your money be put in the hands of somebody that's just out there throwing darts at a board, knowing that who cares? They got paid. Come on, guys. You're smarter than that, and you deserve better than that. So anyway, a great Friday. Congratulations to all of the clients, and it's only going to get better from here. So, as I told you, game of the month. ChaseWins.com, go to the purchase page. The game of the month is up there. Winner gets 7 days of all plays in all sports absolutely free. We have got a ton of action. Oh, and that's not it. I also released 2 horse racing plays. So horse racing. Horse racing is already being raced all around the country. We start our season at the beginning of March. Rich, our horse racing guy, and his team, they have been in South Florida where they spend a lot of their time. They've been at Gulfstream Park a lot, which is one of our main tracks. They've been there for the last roughly 30 days collecting data and watching races from Thursday all the way through Sunday. They've been dealing with about 5 tracks. They've actually got somebody out at Los Alamitos this evening in California. So, guys, when I say that we have the best horse information in the business, that's an understatement. Everybody that was with our horse racing last summer, that right there, even while sports were shut down, people were making just as much money off of that. Their investments didn't go anywhere. So our horse racing packages come back at the beginning of March. We will run it all the way through the summer and the fall, and we can't wait to bring it back. But this afternoon, just for shits and giggles, I decided to release 2 of Rick's plays that he was investing in this afternoon at Gulfstream Park, race 5 and race 8, picking the race winners. Race 8 was actually at 5-2 odds plus $250 for every $100 bill you put on it. So if you would have put $100 on it, you made $250. Race 5 and race 8 both cashed with ease. So had people email us right after that going, "Oh wow, I didn't even know you did horse racing and you put those two out there," and it's like, the easiest wins that I've ever seen. Guys, you don't even know what you're missing out on if you are not investing in our horses. We don't do horses 5 days a week. We save that for Thursday through Sunday every week, but you make a ton of money. All access clients will obviously get that included in their packages, but it will be something that you can add to your portfolio if you so choose. And we're going to be releasing free plays for our members only on the YouTube channel as well as on Twitter throughout the next couple of weeks until our packages actually go live and we start doing the premium and top plays. But it's going to be a big summer for that, so we can't wait. Spring training is getting started up. Pitchers and catchers have reported for most teams. And guys, MLB has stated that they have no plans whatsoever to have this season get postponed or pushed off. So you know what that means. The MLB King's ready. I am ready to absolutely destroy the 2021 baseball season. So anyway, that's it. Let's get on a free play. Now, like I said, I gave away multiple picks in the members only video. But as far as what I'm going to give you here, there's a game at 12 noon that I like. You know what? I'm going to give you 2 plays. I'm going to give you that, and I'm going to give you a lean as well. The first one is a noon game, American U versus Navy. Navy right now, you can lay 2 points, or the money line is low. Right now, it's 2.5 somewhere, but the money line is only $1.20. So financially, the better value of the 2 is just laying the money line with Navy, who is the road team here. But I'm telling you right now, they've got the advantage in almost every category. The only thing that they don't do as well as American on paper is rebound. But here's the thing. Look at the size differential between the 2. So even though on paper American looks to be the better of the 2 rebounders, they're just completely oversized by Navy. So they're not going to out-rebound these guys unless Navy just doesn't try to rebound. Navy is a very gritty team. They're just like Army. Army, Air Force, Navy, any of those teams, any of the service teams, I got to hand it to those guys. We already know. Any of the service academy. If you're a member of the branch of military, if you're in the Army, Marines, Air Force, any of that, obviously hats off to you. You are what makes the country what it is. But these guys, when it comes to playing a sport for one of those teams, it doesn't matter that they don't get treated by the mainstream media like they're in Alabama, or in basketball like a North Carolina or a Duke. These guys are the real deal. And I think that they play harder than anybody else out there. Navy, big size advantage over American, big speed advantage, free throw shooting advantage. And one thing they also do really well, they force teams to shoot outside, which American is not very good at, and they guard the 3 better than any of the other service academies out there. Right now, any way you break this game down, if you take it the way that Navy's played at certain points of the season, you could have Navy where that 2.5 is spot on. Then you could have it certain times they played during the season where you would have them laying 6. Either way you want to cut it, I'm not overly confident in laying 4 or 5 points with Navy right at this moment. They need to make some adjustments. They need to turn some things around. But I have no issue at all in saying that I just believe Navy will win this game. And with a tremendous line value of only laying $1.20 to take them on the money line, I think that right there, I think the market is weak. I think the market will end up correcting itself and coming back to reality by tip-off at 12 noon. And I see this money line creeping up above 140, where then it's like, okay, not really any value. Now we're spot on. But until that time comes, I'm going to hammer that money line at minus $1.20, and I'm going to take Navy to win outright on the money line. So right there, that's going to be your official free play. That's the one that I like the most. The other one that I like that I want you to take advantage of is a 1 p.m. game. That's Alabama laying 13.5 over Vanderbilt. And here's another situation where you have a team that just in every major category is heads and tails better than the other team. Vanderbilt just doesn't have it. Now, what I will say about Vanderbilt is I had high hopes for Vanderbilt when Jerry Stackhouse, Tar Heel, part of my blood, took over that team. And he brought in a whole new staff with him. But since he's taken over, I've disagreed with a lot of the decisions that he's made as a coach. I really believe that the staff that he fired and then brought people in, he let a lot of talent walk out the door. Didn't agree with it. I don't agree with some of the decisions that he's made with some of his starters. I don't agree with some of the recruiting that he's done. And then here in the last week, he goes out there and he gets somewhat criticized for his record. I mean, his record is shit. I mean, it's awful. His overall record, his record within the SEC is shit. I mean, it's terrible. And he gets a little bit of criticism, and somebody asked him, like, hey, when are you going to turn things around? And his response was, oh, you don't know what you're doing. I played basketball at the highest levels under Hall of Fame coaches, so that means I know what I'm doing. Well, first off, back up. Everybody knows my love for the Tar Heels. Everybody knows my love for that university. Everybody knows that it's not just because, that's where I went. That's not because that's who I grew up being a fan of, how I was raised, because my father may be the biggest North Carolina fan that's ever graced the face of this earth. And look at who Jerry Stackhouse played for. Look at what Jerry Stackhouse did. No doubt one of the best players, one of the best North Carolina players when he was there. I mean, if you go back and look at the last 30, 40 years of North Carolina basketball, think of the Michael Jordan era to now, and you say you want to, pick out your top 10, Jerry Stackhouse is probably going to be on that list. And then he goes to the NBA, and he has an above average career. I wouldn't call him a superstar in the NBA, but he was most certainly well above average. He had a long NBA career, and yes, he is right. He did play for Hall of Fame coaches, the best coaches there ever were. But here's the problem. That doesn't mean shit when it comes to you coaching. It doesn't mean anything. I mean, we've seen people have tremendous playing careers that can't coach for shit, never could. And you also have people that couldn't play for shit and turn out to be the best coaches out there. I mean, so it means nothing. And when you go out there and you say that, that in itself is just asinine to say. But then he blamed his criticism on Trump supporters, saying that because 70 million or whatever people voted for Trump, that's why his record is what it is. I mean, he just talked out of his ass for 15 minutes and then throughout this entire interview. It made me lose a lot of respect for Jerry Stackhouse. Again, virtue signaling, playing the race card for no apparent reason when we're talking about basketball. It made me lose a lot of respect for him as a human, and it also showed me one thing. They're in his head. He's in his own head. When somebody comes to you and says, hey, you come in, you got a lot of hype around you, you're not really performing, what do you think about turning the program around? And he completely goes off the rail and goes, well, people voted for Trump. That's why I'm losing basketball games. What are you talking about? That means that you're so mentally disconnected from what's going on that you've already mentally beat yourself. And that, even without that, Alabama is heads and tails the better team. And I'm going to be honest with you. When I broke this game down, I've got Alabama laying 16. Right now, the line's 13 and a half. But where Jerry Stackhouse is mentally, which is going to bleed off into the players and into the team, you could boost that line up to 18 and a half. Plus, you've got to go to what is the fastest team in the SEC when it comes to production. Like, you have teams like Auburn that are fast. You have teams like Tennessee that can play fast. You have teams like a South Carolina that could slow you down at any time. But when it comes to playing fast and being productive at the same time, Alabama's the best in the conference at it. And when they get to go out there and go up against a coach who's mentally disconnected, who's already mentally defeated, that's just going to make it where they can, I mean, pounce on him. And one thing that Alabama's done that I'll give them credit for is they don't let up on teams. They don't get up by 20 or 25 and then fall back and say, okay, let's just ride the rest of the game out. And then that lead ends up getting dwindled down to 8, 9 points by the end of it. If they're up by 20, they want to hold that 20-point lead or 25-point lead, whatever it is. 13 and a half is just too low. I think that a more respectable, realistic number, especially for the way that Alabama's played and the way Vanderbilt's been playing, I think that the more respectable number would be Alabama minus 16. If you're getting Alabama at 14, I'm okay with it. If you play this game right before tip-off and you're even getting it as high as 14 and a half, I would back your wager size down a little bit, but I'd still be okay with it. But right now, 13 and a half, I like it. I really do. So I've already invested in that one as well. I suggest that you do so. Alabama minus 13 and a half over Vanderbilt. And then as far as a lean goes for you, the number is just too high to really rate this a true premium play, even though it meets every criteria that it needs to be one. But I've always given you my 30-point rule in college basketball. It's just too risky. But Gonzaga right now laying 31 and a half points against San Diego. This is a game that they should and can win by 50. And they should win by 50. The line only being 31 and a half, I actually did the numbers. And I actually broke it down and said, what should the line actually be? It should be 37. But there's not going to be a 37 point spread when you're talking about two teams that are at the same level as far as, the team that they are. Even though Gonzaga is a world and a half ahead of it, when you look at the team saying, hey, they're both D1 schools at this level when it comes to their conferences and everything, that, they're at the same level. They're just two completely different teams. Gonzaga is the number one team in the country and can play, hang, and beat the best of them. San Diego's a team that would be lucky to be 500 against average teams. This is a game that I see, Gonzaga winning by 40. If they don't, I think it's an embarrassment to them. 31 and a half, I bet it because the number's respectable based on the matchup, but the number's just too high to give it the premium rating. So whatever your premium rating is, if that's a dime, back it off and play, half of that, $500. If you typically play $100 per unit, back it off and put, play to win 50. You're only laying $1.10 to lay the 31 and a half. And I think that it's just too juicy not to play, but it's just too many points to get too cocky and put too much money on it. So 3 plays for you, 2 premium play or 2 free plays, 2 official free plays, and a lean. And then make sure you go get a channel membership and you can get even more plays for Saturday. And then make sure you do the most important thing, which is get on Jerry's Game of the Month and then get a pass to get all the premium and top plays that we're putting out for this weekend. If you thought what I just gave you was good, that's nothing compared to what's on the premium card for our members at the site. That's where you're going to make your real money. That's where you're going to build your real second stream of income. And that's where we're going to be able to change your financial life. I love you guys. I'll see you back for more content later on. Enjoy the plays, and I'll see you in the winner's circle.